Dan Helm, Cody Johnston. And Cody, I want to start with a question for you. I interviewed Coach Rourke this week, and you guys have switched to that 4-2-5 defense. He calls you the captain of that secondary. Are you the guy making the reads, making the calls out there, getting people in the right place?
Yeah, I make the reads, and I make the calls, and I tell Danny where to go.
I was going to say, that's got to be fulfilling for you to tell a guy on the side of the dam, be like, no, you're in the wrong place. Get over here.
It's definitely a good feeling knowing that I'm telling a kid going to Tennessee where to play on the defense.
So you guys kind of get a bird's eye view of what your front four has done. How much easier do they make the game for both of you, especially you, Dan? You're kind of a rover, and you, Cody, you really haven't had to cover anybody for a very long time because your defense front four put so much pressure on guys.
Oh my goodness, yeah, they're excellent. Forrest, Bell, Aaron, Clark rotating in, Tyler, everybody. You saw it tonight. The quarterback would try to boot, and I was looking for a receiver, and they were to him before I could even get a chance to really read the quarterback's eyes. So,
well, even on the fumble, the only thing your defense hadn't done so far this year is score a touchdown. You crossed that off the list tonight. And on that play, Tyler DeRozier made 2 tackles. He blew up the play action fake and then got the touchdown on top of it. How much of a lift was it? Not that your defense was struggling at all to begin with, but then to get DeRozier back in the lineup, how much of a lift was it for your defensive unit tonight with him back?
He was so ready to come back, and we could just tell in practice. He came back Monday, and from Monday on, it was going all cylinders clicking. He was ready to play.
Offense side of the ball, Dan. When the play comes in that you're at the running back position, is that something you guys have worked on in the offseason or in the week leading up, or is that just kind of, we got to get the ball in Dan Helm's hands, we need a playmaker to touch the football, and just go ahead and line up and we'll hand it to you?
He threw me in at 3-back earlier this week, and I wasn't expecting it at all.
Okay.
I was very excited with the opportunity. I texted him actually today. I'm like, are you planning on using me there tonight? He goes, why? Are you scared? I go, no, I just want the ball. So I was excited. I'm glad I could get the ball some way or another, and hopefully next time it improves a little better. Those were basic running plays.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't get too extravagant too quickly, but you've only done it for a little bit.
Yeah,
when the coaching staff comes to you, Cody and Dan, and says, all right, we're going to switch things up a little bit. We're going 4-2-5, 5 defensive backs. What was your thought process when you heard that, and how much fun has it been to play this aggressive style of defense?
First thought was turnovers. That's all we thought.
Okay.
And it's been a blast. We come out, we're on top of everything, making calls, and our communications came a long way, and we're making things happen defensively.
For me, it was almost like an answer to prayer. I told my dad, he said, thank you. So I was pumped. We started running it 7-on-7, and I could just tell the difference in the attacking philosophy, and it's a blast.
I've been doing this for 7 years now, covering Glenwood Titans football, and this defense seems to be the first defense I've seen at Glenwood, and they've had some great ones in the past. But there is something about this defense. There's a swagger, there's a snarl to this unit. And I don't know if that comes from Rocky Morris or Tyler DeRozier or just the unit as a whole. Is that something you've kind of set as a goal? Be like, we're going to take it 2 teams and we're going to be the aggressor.
Yeah, we're practicing every day, stripping the ball and getting picks, blocking on the picks, and coming out, a little bit of chirping, but we don't start that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're there to finish everything and play hard.
And on the offensive side of the ball, Dan, last week, Jacksonville did a decent job of bottling it up. You broke loose tonight, 3 touchdown catches. Talk us through that first one in the right corner of the end zone where basically you just used your size and grabbed over the defender. It felt like watching an older brother steal the ball from his younger brother.
Yeah,
Is that something you've experienced with? You have a couple younger brothers.
Well,
they're a lot younger.
Yeah, they're a lot littler. I can usually just reach over. But no, Matt put it in a catchable spot, which is all I asked for.
Right.
So it was nice to be able to get that and just finally get it rolling again. I felt a little, I wouldn't say down, but I was hungering for the ball this week because last week, you're right, they did do a pretty decent job at bottling me up, and we just grinded the whole game. We were running a lot. So.
And how different we talk about the different quarterbacks. You had Miles, for a couple years, and now you get Matt. It takes a while to get used to, because everybody throws a different kind of ball. Obviously, you have 7-on-7s in the summer, but game speed's a little bit different. Are you just feeling now you're starting to get accustomed to where he throws the football and where he likes to place it?
It'll be a growing process.
Right.
It's getting better. Actually, I'm glad he had the game he did tonight. I felt like that was a major confidence booster for him because he was struggling a little in practice this week.
Okay.
We kind of were as a whole. So, but I'm really glad that what happened tonight did happen, and that, quarterback swagger, I don't like him getting too cocky, but hey, if he throws the ball where he needs to because of it, I'll take it.
That's all that really matters. And for you, Cody, sometimes you got to feel like the forgotten man when you come out to a 4 wide out set and you look over on the far side of the field and you see Tyler Brown, Dan Helm, Rocky Morris, and you go, I'm just kind of a decoy out here. Or you obviously continue to run hard, but one of these times maybe it comes to you in a backside post.
I'm just there to do what Coach asks. I'll run. I just love being on the field and helping my teammates.
Now, your running game starting to pick up a little bit. J.D. Rush gets that big run. When you're out there as a receiver and you as a tight end, I know for you, for a fact, Dan, you pride yourself in your blocking just as much as your receiving. And for you, Cody, wide receivers don't get enough love the way they block because 83-yard touchdown passes don't happen without everyone working as a whole throwing those blocks downfield. Speak a little bit about that.
Well, honestly, Coach Lane has talked about this before. He preaches blocking. I swear the thing that he loves the most. But he's like, you guys are just glorified offensive linemen.
Oh, nice.
I appreciate that, Coach. But no, what the receivers do, what Rocky does, what Cody does, what Leighton does on the outside can be just as important as what the tackle's doing. Because that's the difference between a 60-yard touchdown and a 15-yard run.
Right.
So, blocking is definitely very important. As a receiver, you always want the ball.
Right.
But you got to know, in order to get the ball, you got to be able to help the other guys, too. You got to be able to show that you can dominate in the little things, and then maybe they'll give you the big things.
Cody, looking forward. You guys have a Lincoln next week. What have you guys seen? Have you seen any film on them yet, or are you going to start that on Monday probably?
We'll start preparing for film on them Monday.
Really, defensively, is there really much you change? Obviously the schemes that they run are going to dictate how you run your defense, but right now it seems to be clicking on all cylinders.
We're going on all cylinders right now. We're hoping to keep that up.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate your time. And Dan, I got to ask you this question. You commit to Tennessee before the season. Was that something you wanted to get done so you could just focus on football your senior year, or is it just the situation presented itself and you really liked what you saw at Tennessee, so you went ahead and signed that way?
Well, I didn't know a whole lot about the recruiting game when I got in, to be honest.
Right.
It's so weird. I didn't realize how many games are played in it actually, and there's like difficulties with guys committing before you do, then you lose your scholarship here.
Okay.
So originally I wanted to take officials in the fall.
Okay.
But upon seeing that the likelihood of that might not be real high because the school I wanted might be gone.
Right.
I decided, I like Tennessee a lot. I didn't think that there would be any school that I'd like better than that.
Okay.
And I really like the coaching staff. I think they'll use me really well and prepare me for the next level, maybe even.
Right, yeah.
So, I jumped on it. I think it's a great opportunity.
Nothing like playing football in the SEC
Absolutely.
As well, so you got to love that too.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you guys' time. We'll let you hang out with the teammates, Dan Helm, Cody Johnston. Thank you very much. Great game tonight, and best of luck next week against Lincoln.